When Daniel Reed pushed open the door to his bedroom that cold November night, he expected silence, maybe the faint hum of city lights outside his penthouse window. Instead, he froze. There, curled up on his bed, were three small figures. A little girl, no older than 6, clutching two bundled newborns, their soft breaths rising and falling in perfect rhythm. Her tiny arm draped protectively over the infants as if shielding them from the world. Daniel blinked, certain exhaustion was playing tricks on him. But as he stepped closer, the sight became heartbreakingly real. The girl's face was streaked with tears, her clothes too thin for the season. The babies were wrapped in a threadbare blanket, their cheeks pale. They were asleep, but not safe. "Who are you?" Daniel whispered. The girl stirred, opening eyes full of fear and innocence. "Please don't make us leave," she said softly. "We didn't mean to be here. We just didn't know where else to go." And just like that, the world of Daniel Reed, the man with everything, shifted forever. Daniel was a self-made millionaire, owner of a chain of real estate firms that stretched across the state. His life was built on discipline, routine, and silence. Ever since losing his younger sister in a car accident years ago, he had shut out emotions, focusing instead on numbers, deadlines, and deals. His penthouse was spotless, his days scheduled to the minute, his heart sealed behind years of grief and guilt. Yet standing there in his own bedroom, watching this frightened little girl clutch two infants, Daniel felt something he hadn't in years: human warmth. After the initial shock, his instinct kicked in. "Where's your mother?" he asked gently, crouching so he wouldn't tower over her. The girl's lip trembled. "She told me to wait in the park. But she didn't come back. It got cold, and my brother and sister were crying, the door downstairs was open, so I came in. I'm sorry." Daniel's chest tightened. He couldn't imagine how long they'd been outside. He quickly called his housekeeper, Maria, who gasped when she saw them. Together, they found milk for the babies and a warm blanket for the girl. That night, Daniel didn't sleep. He sat by his fireplace, watching over three children who had appeared from nowhere, his mind spinning. What kind of mother would leave them? What could he possibly do? By morning, he had no answers, but he knew one thing: he couldn't let them go back to the streets. He took them to the hospital for a checkup. The doctor's expression said it all: malnutrition, exhaustion, signs of neglect. The police opened a missing person report, but days passed with no sign of the mother. Social services offered to take them in, but when the little girl whose name was Lily grabbed Daniel's hand and cried, "Please don't let them take us away," he couldn't. Against every instinct of a businessman, Daniel said the words that changed everything: "They'll stay with me. For now." The first few weeks were chaos. Daniel's once orderly life was turned upside down. Lily followed him everywhere, asking endless questions. The babies cried at all hours, and Daniel, who had never even held an infant before, learned how to mix formula, change diapers, and soothe them back to sleep. He was clumsy, exhausted, and out of his depth. But every small success felt like a victory. When Lily laughed for the first time while he made pancakes, he realized he was smiling, too really smiling. Maria, his housekeeper, became his greatest ally, teaching him patience and reminding him that love didn't require perfection. Slowly, the penthouse filled with noise, mess, and warm things Daniel once thought he'd outgrown. But just as life began to settle, a knock on the door shattered their fragile peace. It was a woman, disheveled, eyes haunted, voice shaking. "They're my children," she whispered. Daniel's heart sank. He saw the resemblance in Lily's eyes. Her name was Rebecca. She explained between sobs that she had fled an abusive relationship, lost her job, and couldn't find shelter. She had planned to come back that night, but she collapsed from exhaustion and ended up in the hospital. Daniel listened, torn between empathy and fear. He'd grown attached to the children. They called him Mr. Dan now. Lily drew pictures of the four of them together. The thought of losing them made his chest ache. Rebecca saw it too. "You've been kind to them," she said quietly. "I can see they're safe with you." Daniel offered to help: food, housing, anything. But Rebecca shook her head. "I'm not ready. I need time to get clean, to get my life back. Please, take care of them. Don't let them end up where I did." And just like that, she walked away, leaving behind a note and tears Daniel couldn't hold back. Months passed. Court hearings followed. Papers were signed. The system allowed Daniel to become their foster parent and later, their legal guardian. He wasn't prepared for fatherhood, but somehow, fatherhood had chosen him. Challenges came in waves. Nights of colic. Days filled with tantrums. Lily's nightmares about losing her mother. Daniel stumbled often, doubting himself. But every time he thought he couldn't handle it, one small moment kept him going: a baby's smile, Lily's laughter, or tiny hands reaching out to him. Years rolled on, and what began as an accident became a family. Daniel learned what real wealth was: not the numbers in his bank account, but the three little faces that greeted him every morning. Lily grew up strong and kind, always calling him Dad. The twins Evan and Emma took their first steps in his living room. Maria became their honorary grandmother. The penthouse, once silent and cold, turned into a home filled with drawings on walls, toys underfoot, and music echoing through the halls. One day, when Lily turned 12, she handed him a card that said, "Thank you for choosing us." Daniel's eyes welled up. "No, sweetheart," he said softly. "You three chose me." He never saw Rebecca again, but he honored her wish, giving her children everything she couldn't. And in doing so, he found what he'd been missing all along: purpose, love, and a family to call his own.